All right, we got B Golden on, guys. After several attempts there, B Golden, you here?
Yes, I can. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you loud and clear. You on it?
All right. Shout out to the next 15. Great subject matter tonight. How y'all doing?
We doing good. How about you, my brother?
I'm excellent, man. I am golden. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking.
And what you got for us? I already know it's gonna be some knowledge over here.
Well, I mean, I'm understanding the back and forth, right? But I think what's missing is the fact that the emotional support in most cases don't come to him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it'll go for the woman, it'll go for the child, but when it comes to him, it's like he's expected to be this hard man, so nobody's expecting him to go through anything. So he doesn't have anywhere to really go and be and be vulnerable in a sense. Now, when it comes to the emotional aspect, I thought the ruler of emotion within a home is the woman. The man is the logical person. And if you put those two together the right way, it creates a great balance because her emotional intelligence is infinite if she uses it correctly. Mm-hmm. However, I think the expectation of us as men to think in the manner that they think is where the miscommunication comes in, because we don't think like them, but we're not designed to as well. But I think that expectation is what's setting up the disappointment.
That's good. And so, Marshall, what do you say to that? Because that's a good point.
I understand that you feel that way, but I also feel
no. It's not a feeling, though. It's not a feeling.
What's not a feeling? You feel
it's
that we take care of the house emotionally, and you guys don't.
He's trying to answer the question. Hold on.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what I'm saying is when you have a man and a woman, both of them are equally powerful, but they're only equally powerful if they're powerful in their strengths. His strength is logic. Her strength is emotion. So when I tell you what I'm thinking, I'm telling you what I'm thinking. It's not what I feel. It's through observation. But I think the expectation is he processes thought the way I process thought, and I think that's where the miscommunication comes from.
So you're saying that women can't think logically or process the same way men do?
No, I didn't say that at all.
I'm sorry. I'm repeating what you just said.
No, what I'm saying is, I can't. Her strengths are not my strengths, right? Yeah, I'm emotional, but that's not my go-to. That's her go-to. She feels her way through things, and that's how she's designed to do things. Myself, I'm logical. I'm not saying she can't make logical decisions at all. But what I'm saying is, her emotion can trump her logic. Whereas if he's taught logically, he can suppress his emotion and still make the logical decision, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it makes sense, but women can do that as well. So you're separating it like men have this power and women are not in the space to do that. That is not I don't agree with that.
What I'm saying is his strength is his strength. He's designed to have that strength. It sounds like you want his strength too, but you have your strength.
I don't want anybody's strength. I feel like our strength, it can be, why can't we have all the strength? Why can't I have the logic and the emotion? And why can't he have both?
I didn't say that we can't, but if you put a team together, right? Let's take basketball, for example. Michael Jordan was the key player for the Bulls. However, the other players around him is what made the team great. But if they didn't know their strengths and they wanted his strength, that team would have never won. What makes the team win is everybody understanding where their strong points are and utilizing them strong points. I'm not saying that the other teammates can't do some of the things that Michael does, but his strengths are his strengths, and they build around those strengths. But I didn't at no point in time did I say that a woman was incapable. I was just pointing out differences between the masculine principle and the feminine principle.
Yeah, you had something, Pastor Chris?
I'm gonna agree with what's being said, but and let me and correct me if I'm wrong, so I can better put it in this perspective. Is not saying that either side can't or cannot. It's one is quicker to do one than the other.
Exactly.
Absolutely, one's quicker to do one than the other.
It's facts.
If something happens and it's a case, I cry, but I may not cry as quick as her.
You agree with that, Joe?
But
Come on, Joe.
I don't know. I get what he's saying as far as the nature of a woman and the nature of a man. I do understand that, and I do I understand it with experience. Things are changing, whereas kids, boys are being raised to be a lot more emotional than girls, and so
that
things are changing. So it's not, and I don't know if it's because you have a lot more single mothers raising boys, right? Where now they're a lot more emotional than what their nature is to be. So I do understand where you're coming, what you're talking about as far as like the nature, yeah, just I guess just the nature, just what they are,
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's just the nature of us. And I think, like you did make a good point, more boys are being raised to be emotional, but that's not necessarily shown to be a good thing. We need those masculine principles. And you can tell based on when women get to a certain point, they don't want to date the emotional guy.
That's true.
So I do believe that the single mother raising does have a lot to do with his emotional upbringing, but that's why the balance in the home is so important, because he doesn't even understand what his strengths are. And if you understand the school to prison pipeline, most of the guys that are in prison made emotional decisions before they went. So we have to get him back on his logical space, because if you teach a man to think with his emotions, who's to say that he don't feel like hurting you? And if he feels like hurting you as a woman, he can really hurt you. So you want him to think logically.
But how many men actually do, though? I mean, I know we're saying we expect them to think logically, but a lot of times they do not.
That's because no man has ever showed them how to do that. It was men who taught me, you do not put your hands on a woman. You walk away if she does it. It's men who taught me that. You understand what I'm saying? It's men who said, that's a girl, you do not deal with her in this irresponsible way, etc. You understand what I'm saying? But in this day and age where boys and girls are being taught that they're equal, that's why the boys are firing off on the girls so quick.
Right.
Because who's to say he's always going to feel good?
I mean, that's real.
So what you have is a ticking time bomb, because you have something full of testosterone making emotional decisions. That's a dangerous combination.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, that's really good. That's good.
Yeah, that's true, because again, at the end of the day, and I got to agree with you in that statement. A lot of, especially from a man's perspective, again, I know, but from a man's perspective, the minute that a man starts making emotional decisions is where his downfall comes. When it comes to women, when it comes to finances, when it comes to whatever, when a man starts making emotional decisions, because we're calculated, or we should be. Again, we should be, and I'm not saying that we don't ever make emotional decisions. Of course we do, but there are certain decisions that you just can't make emotionally, right? And for most men, not all, but for most men, if it's done right, you will make a calculated decision before you make a emotional decision.
Exactly. And I say this, I say the things that I say as a young man who grew up in a single mother home. And so I have a lot of respect and reverence for Black women, period. There's absolutely no way I'm going to be disrespectful to them at all based on who they have been to me in my life. However, two things can be true. I can love you tremendously, but I can also point out you doing something wrong. And you can tell by the results that it's wrong. I don't think it's not an intentional thing that you're doing it in an incorrect manner, but to take away the imbalance is where the problem is coming in. Because to be honest, the sisters don't even want to date the boys that's being raised right now, but they don't realize they're raising the boys that they don't want to date.
That's good.
Wow.
That's good.
So that's all I'm saying.
That's good, man.
But I want y'all to get back to what y'all say you do, and I want to just get back to listening. But I did want to just say that little part, that piece. Sorry, I didn't mean to be so long-winded.
No. We appreciate it, man. Like I said, everybody in the chat is bringing something, unique, and the perspectives are amazing. I mean, we all are learning from here, right? So, like we said, it's more than just comments, it's conversations, and that's what we like, to hear the feedback. It's just not just us four; it's all of us. We're a community, so we do appreciate you for calling in. And I dropped you something in the chat room. Email me, my brother. I want to get at you with something, okay? If you don't mind.
No doubt. I would definitely do that. And again, thank y'all for having me on again. You know what I mean? Y'all get back to doing what y'all do, and shout out to Next 15.
Hey, man, appreciate you. Thank you, man.